Hello friends, I'm back again. As I promised you in my last video that that day I was giving you the forecast for fourth phase of UP elections, and I will create some more videos to cover the earlier rounds in detail. So today we will talk of first and second phase. First phase, there were 58 seats which went to poll, and this was on 10th of Feb. The election happened, and I myself was a voter in this phase. And out of this 58, if we talk of the 2017 results, BJP won 53. One seat went to RLD, and that person also later joined BJP. So in total, you can say 54. And other 4 seats were between the 3 other parties: Samajwadi, BSP, and Congress. So heavy dominance, as you can say, and any which way, 80% of the seats in 2017 were with BJP and its allies. Now, if we talk of this first phase, it was very important for both parties, primarily because Samajwadi Party was fighting with RLD, which is having a Jat dominance, and these elections were in the western UP with around 25-26 seats having a heavy Jat vote percentage, and they were supposed to be annoyed also, and also the farmer agitation was told to be going against BJP, and as political pundits say that the recalling of 3 new laws by Modi ji was also primarily because he didn't want his party to pay the price for these in UP elections. So in that backdrop, these 58 seats were very important, because if BJP was to be removed from power, maybe Samajwadi Party and the RLD alliance should have routed it in this phase, and the second phase which happened 4 days later, again with 55 seats in the western UP itself. So out of 58, the assessment that is there, that there was a heavy dent to BJP, and they were performing nowhere close to their 2017 numbers. But the loss was also not so big that it can be called a rout, or they were swept away from this phase or anything like that. So depending on the assessment, I predict that in the first phase of 58 seats, again my projection is minimum to realistic for BJP, so it can maybe win even more. But I feel that from out of 58, 34 to 39, or should I say 34 to 38 seats should go to BJP. So the opposition, in spite of this formidable alliance and all that, Muslim, Jat and Yadav combination, and strategy of fielding, candidates on RLD ticket with Samajwadi Party background and all that, किसान माफ नहीं करेंगे BJP को, and they will be, I think the opposition could still win a max of 24 seats out of 58. Now, you might be surprised that with such a backdrop where, such a formidable alliance of 3 communities, Jat, Yadav and Muslims, going against them, primarily Jat to a large extent was told to be going against BJP, though their vote might be divided, but Muslim and Yadav will be solidly behind Samajwadi Party and their alliance. Why BJP is still doing well? So the assessment from the ground and reports suggest that BJP somewhere true to its rhetoric, and maybe what they tell, that they want to take this election in India away from the caste and all those base. So in a way, though it is more of rhetoric, and even BJP will field candidates with keeping the caste combination in every seat and district in mind. But yes, to a certain extent, they have created a new worg, or should I say category of voters, who voted across maybe caste lines. Even some from Muslims also voted for BJP, and those were a community of Labharthi. The very fact that BJP has started this 2K per quarter direct to transfer to farmers, and UP being such a big state, a lot of people are getting that money. So 8,000 rupees in a year, plus this recent 1.5 years of COVID, where they are giving ration free, and UP government sensing that they will be reaching election or whatever, last 1.5 years, and the UP people, and the lower strata income people are getting double the this free ration. So quota from the state government as well as from the central government. So many voters were heard saying that हमने बीजेपी का नमक खाया है and all that, तो हम उनको वोट देंगे, गरीबों को राशन दिया. So a Labharthi work, where even Rajbhars and caste which have gone against their leaders, have gone against BJP in this new alliance, were told to be voting for BJP primarily because they got direct benefits to accruing to them. Even some Muslims to that extent were told to be voting for BJP. So this Labharthi work, apart from their strong upper caste vote and non-Jatav Dalit votes and non-Yadav OBC votes, of course, where BJP also gets a sizable chunk, plus upper caste, along with this Labharthi, is getting them go ahead of the other alliance, which is formidable on caste lines, but they are not considered with any kind of benefits accruing to any sections, more of caste-based rhetoric. So that's where BJP has created a niche for itself, and that is what is holding good for BJP. And now coming to second phase, again on 14th of Feb, 55 seats in the same Western UP belt went to polls, and again here BJP was dominant, and BJP had won, I think, something like in the second phase BJP performance 2017 was not that great. They had won 38 seats. So 38 plus 53 or 54 if you put the converted one also. So 91, 92 seats out of 113 in 2017 were with BJP. But in second phase also, where there were some, the Muslim vote percentage was very high. That's why even in 2017 wave in favor of BJP could win only 38 out of 55. But again, with that Muslim combination working against it, and the Labharthi combination working in favor of it, and both the party, BJP plus and Samajwadi plus, both alliances having their core voters, I think the loss was not that great. And this second phase, from 38 also they will be going down, but they should be winning something like 26 to 29 seats. I'm talking of BJP, and this is again minimum to realistic. It could be a few seats more also. So if 26 to 29, and you say the first phase where I predicted that BJP should win something like 34 to 38. So if we take the average 27 there and maybe 35, 36 there, so BJP should cross 60 in first two phases, 60, 61 against 91 which they got So they have got a dent of 30 seats in the first two phases out of 113 seats vis-a-vis their 2017 performance. But let's all be reminded that they are sitting on a cushion of 120 seats if we go by the 2017 numbers, just to hold power and retain 202 seats or more in this election. So out of which more than 25% if is taken care and against their combinations and Jat sentiment working against them, if they have lost only 30 out of the 100 first 13, then maybe it may augur well for BJP in the coming phases. That was felt after phase 2, and phase 4 total prediction of maybe 130 to 145 seats minimum for BJP out of 231 I have already predicted. Now the detailed analysis of third phase maybe I'll summarize in a video before the fifth phase actually happens. Okay, thank you.